Good afternoon, folks. It's Vicky Midwood here, the alcohol addiction and disordered eating eliminator. And I'm with the lovely Jennie Bolt, as usual, with our weekly What If. How are you doing today, Jennie? It's pretty dull, miserable and horrible here in London. What's it like where you are?
Yes, I'm in Gloucestershire and it's still pretty miserable and dull here too. It's that kind of year, isn't it? And I think that's why we've chosen our question of the day. Do you want to say it, Vicky?
Yes. So our what if today is, what if you chose to press your Mojo button? So I want to know, what do you mean by Mojo?
What do I mean by Mojo? It's really about, when we lose things, everything goes flat. And this time of year for me, particularly, we've just described the weather, and all these things have a knock-on effect on us. And the Mojo bit, I find I'm just going, oh, I can't be bothered. Oh, I'll just do this, and then I flipped something else. So getting your Mojo, I was going, what is it that's stopping me? And I thought, if I just had a little button I could just press. And of course, Mojo is about energizing, is about expanding, is about being creative and enjoying and more adventurous and looking at even within our day-to-day lives. It's not about scooting off and climbing Mount Everest. It's about I'm looking at it, which would be lovely. However, it's about us. And actually, again, we mentioned the bodies before, but our bodies do tend to close down, particularly this time. We kind of like hibernate in this time of year. Mm-hmm. But mentally hibernating isn't always something that works.
No, so absolutely.
And so what if we do just press that button and see what happens today?
This is something I think it's important that we whoever is watching, folks, if you want to make a comment, you just click above where it says give Streamlab permission, and you can actually comment and tell us who you are. But I think that for all of us, I think it's important for people to know that everybody is feeling a little bit like that. And I think it's partly after Christmas, even though this Christmas has been a weird one, we still have that kind of element of, oh, it's Christmas and it's kind of exciting. We do put the tree up and we make the house look different, and we think about preparing nice food and being a little bit self-indulgent and all of that. And then when that's all over and done with, and it's kind of like, okay, so now what? Now, what do we have to look forward to? What's the next thing? And really, there isn't a next thing until another kind of major holiday comes up, unless you in yourself have got some plans for kind of little bits of excitement and little things that you've already looked to push yourself and to look forward to. Which, interestingly, I don't know if you saw the news today, but they were saying that there's a lot of old people that are getting their first vaccination, and they're getting so excited now about being able to book a holiday. And so that's lifting their mojo, because it's like, now I've got something to look forward to. And I think that is one of the key things, isn't it? To have something to look forward to, no matter how big or small it is, that you can just go, yeah, that's coming up soon. I just need to carry on and do what I'm doing. And before I know it, I'll be there. Have you got anything that you're looking forward to that's keeping your mojo up right now?
I've got some job changes coming up, so I'm going to be living in different parts of the country for a short while, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah. And I enjoy my times with my granddaughter when I can see her, but as lockdown comes on, it's very limited, this one-to-one bit, so we do that. But I was looking at that things you love, and that applies to your job, your work, whatever work you're doing, your relationships.
Yeah.
And that could be family relationships, it could be love, your relationships with yourself and being single, or with someone else. So look today maybe about your mojo. Look at the different areas of which are making you slightly flatter in some way. And remember, you can also do the barriers down, expand out exercise we've done on various other what ifs, if you want to refer back to those. That's always a good start. So it is about you. This is about you and and the way we are approaching things. So what if we just even pretend, push that button? Wow, what would it change?
Yeah. And the visualization of just having that button there to just push and to change everything, because we have that power to change our emotions very, very quickly. We can change our energy very, very quickly. You mentioned words like excitement and anticipation, and those are all words that elevate us. They elevate our vibration. They lift our mood. But then when we think about words like flat and hard and difficult and struggle and all of that we kind of deflate as we even say them, and so it's not surprising that it brings us down. So even something as simple as just watching something that makes you laugh can just elevate your mood, or playing with the kids and being silly. Instead of being an adult, be a child, because that can just give you that kind of little spark that is a bit like pushing a button, isn't it?
Absolutely. And actually, children, if you've got children around you, use them, because they have their mojo. We've just bought into the reality of not being mojo and being grown up, frightfully grown up. However, what if you chose to press that button? Just hold it for 3 seconds to start with, in one area. Look at one area of your life, hold the button kind of thing for 3 seconds, and see where it actually takes you from where you are to where you might go. And you could do that regarding your work, regarding your relationships, regarding your entertainment, regarding your sport, whatever it is you're choosing, your family situation. What if? And by allowing yourself those few seconds to press the button, that also changes the energy.
Totally.
So if you're feeling suddenly this or whatever emotional response you have, by looking, okay, press that button and see what happens. It will change, it will shift something. And ask a question, use the questions. Okay, so what can I be and do today to create more joy in my life right away? What can I add to my life today? What is required? What's required to create more ease? Would I do this or this? Which will work in this 10 seconds?
And that's the fun of it, isn't it? Because there are no limitations. You can just go, okay, maybe, this sounds good. And you'll know when you think that thought, you'll either feel yourself lighten up a little bit, or you'll kind of go, actually, no, that's not doing it for me. And I think allowing yourself to just push that button and hold it is a lovely visualization. And as you said, we look at areas of health, and we look at career, and we look at finances, and we look at family, and we look at friends, and we look at environment. Could it be that you just, even though it's done on miserable, that you just need to put your wellies on and take a brolly and splash around in a puddle like a kid? Because that could just be the thing that allows you then to come back and have a completely different sense of what you want to do and how the rest of the day is going to be. And you can do that at any time of the day. And this is the nice thing about the button, which I really like, is because you can press it at any time and as often as you like.
Yeah, in 10 seconds, every 10 seconds, you can just press it. And as Vicky says, we are restricted, or a number of us are restricted in where we can go. But once you even just walk out into your garden, onto your balcony, wherever it is you're able to go, for that 10 seconds, what will it change?
What will it change?
It is just 2 steps. Standing up. What do you require? So notice very much how your body's reacting to all of that too. Because the language we use is, if we're going, I can't eat this, you're into food, Vicky's a wonderful expert on all this. But we tend to go, can't have that, mustn't. What if we didn't do that?
Yeah.
What if we just press that button at that moment? Okay, what else is possible here? What else could I choose different?
I think that's a great thing. What can I choose different? Because again, this time of year, and I put a post about it yesterday, that everywhere you look at the moment, it's awash with detox this, lose weight, that program, 21 days to this, or new year, new you. And it's just like, it's not new year, new you. It's new year, same old crap, isn't it? We hear it every single year. Yeah. And some people will still fall for it because we've got this silly idea that sometimes, if I do it this time, it's going to be different. the daft thing is we go at this thing with the same attitude and the same thought process as we did the year before and the year before and the year before. And it didn't work any of those years. So it's probably not going to work this year either. But if you took off that stress and said, what if I didn't do that this January? What if I chose to really nourish my body instead of count calories and tell myself I can't have this, I can't have that? But if I look to having warming, nourishing foods that actually make me feel contented and comfortable, what about me focusing on that side of things? What if I went outside for a walk just because I want to get some fresh air and notice nature, not because I need to exercise? And let's just change the language. And that's crucial to changing your mojo as well, isn't it? The language that you're choosing to use in your own head. Yeah.
Yes, the self-talk is absolutely vital. And gratitude, you know, just looking around, just where you are sitting even.
Yeah.
So you don't go, oh, I must go and look at gratitude. No, you're here, you're breathing, you've got up. What joy is there in that? You woke up this morning.
Yes.
No, big breath. How joy is that? What if joy was in every area? We tend to categorize it, oh, joy comes after work or whatever it is. But of course it isn't. It's with us all the time if we choose it.
Yeah.
You press the joy button. Press that joy button. And just expand. Fun.
Can we have a joy button and a mojo button?
Well, I think we just have one button, and it's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, it is.
You know, we're just giving an idea here.
Is it like a reset, Jenny, we're talking about, really, aren't we? We're talking about resetting and just allowing yourself to make that different choice. And if you're feeling flat and you're feeling low, and, you know, January is notorious. But January and February are notorious for people who get down with these months, especially if you live in the UK, right? We know that the weather's probably going to be pretty rubbish, right? We just kind of know that. It's dark when you wake up. It's dark early afternoon. There's not much going on. And even if there was at the moment, we couldn't go out and do much anyway. But even in a normal year, there isn't a massive amount of stuff that is happening in January because it's already all happened over Christmas and New Year. So this is always that kind of weird sort of dead flat couple of months until spring starts to come in and we start to see the daffodils and all that kind of stuff. So for a lot of people, this is the time of year that they struggle with depression and mood issues and wanting to comfort eat and maybe drinking a little bit too much and all that kind of stuff. But what we're saying is just stop, isn't it? And choose to hit that mojo button because you are in charge of it and it's there.
Absolutely. And what will it expand? What will it change? And when you're up pushing it, wow, what fun can I have creating next? What next?
Yeah.
What can I create here? What more joy can I invite in my life?
Nice.
What more fun? Who can I speak to? All those kind of things. Or what can I do for me, my body? Might just be like, you know, nice soak in the bath with candles, whatever it is. It's a choice. But actually, when you're pressing that button, use the questions. What next? What fun can I have? What more fun can I create here? What joy can I have for it? Without judgment. And you need only do it for 10 seconds and then you can press it again and go, okay. As Vicky said, if it's light or heavy, feels slightly heavy, repress the button and choose again. It is that simple. You're in 10-second increments. And what joy do you get from that? There's no, oh, I've got to keep doing this until it's finished. Oh, there's no.
And that's a nice point that you just brought there, because this isn't a finish. Oh, I've done it and then I've pressed it. Oh, and it didn't work. Because you can keep doing it because there isn't a result. There isn't a way that it's meant to turn out. It's your mojo button, right? Yeah. And so you get to choose what the outcome is. And if you don't like the first outcome that popped up into your head, you can choose again. And that's the joy of asking the questions, asking about joy and asking about what can I create and what's next. Those are awesome questions to keep on asking ourselves. I love all of the stuff about visualizing what we can do, whether it's the barriers down and expand out, or whether it's pressing the button, because we can all relate to that, and it's something that we can actually do without feeling it's a little bit weird or a little bit woo-woo, because I think that might put people off, because it's not, and it really does work, doesn't it, Jenny?
Absolutely. And it's never something you need. You don't have to have a button, press this, do that. It's not somewhere you even have to go to.
Yeah.
It's literally a
In your mind.
choice.
Yeah.
All you have to do is choose.
Nice.
Choose. How simple is that?
Love
And
it.
if it's okay, I'll choose again.
I think that's what we don't allow ourselves to do, is it? I think
we criticize it.
Yeah, but think about school, because your background is in education,
Yeah.
and we're taught even as kids that we have to make a choice, that it's one or the other, that it has to be an either or.
Sure.
Whereas when we're adults, it's not. It has to be a this, and it can be and. It can be that and that. It doesn't have to be one or the other. And if you don't like either of those options, you could go look over there and find another one. But a lot of us are still stuck in that childhood belief that once we've made a choice, that's it, we're stuck with it. And we're not. We can choose to change it. So what if we chose to press that Mojo button whenever we didn't like the way that we're feeling, the energy that we're feeling? And we can, as you say, we don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to do anything special. It's our button to press. It belongs to us, and it's there whenever we need it.
And all we need to do is to follow it, maybe with the question of what else is possible here that I haven't even considered.
Yes. Now that, I think, has to be a great title for next week. Because we could go on all day about that one. But I think
that's 10 seconds.
In 10 seconds. But I think that's what we need to invite ourselves to do, because I felt it. I've absolutely felt it in the last couple of weeks, and it always makes me laugh, because it's my birthday on Monday, so I am a January baby, and I can always remember people always feeling a little bit flat. It's too close to Christmas, and it's that time in the month. It's neither the end of January nor the middle, and it always used to be a little bit of an anticlimax, even as a kid. And I just think, well, maybe I've got used to it, but even I still do find that, you know what, there are some days where I just need to go, I'm just not feeling it today. And I need to give myself permission. And I think that's the other thing. We don't always have to be light and full of the joys of spring and have a bounce in our step. But when we are feeling like everything is a bit of a struggle and everything is a bit too hard, I think that's when we can go, do you know what? I don't have to stay feeling this way. That's when I'm going to use my Mojo button.
Yeah, I think that sounds absolutely brilliant, and probably a great place to stop too. Yeah, so when are you going to start using, what if you start using your Mojo button?
I think everybody should give it a shot at some point today, don't you? Give that a breath.
What fun can you have with it?
Absolutely. Oh, that was a dirty laugh. Right, on that note, thank you for watching, folks. If you are watching on replay, we would love it if you could put a hashtag replay, give us some love hearts, give us some thumbs up, any comments or any questions that you would like to ask Jenny or myself. Please do put them in the comment box, because we do see them and we are very happy to respond to you. Jenny, where can people find you?
I'm still on Facebook and LinkedIn at this moment.
Facebook, yeah. just as Jennie Bolt, yeah?
Yes, just as Jennie Bolt.
Cool. And I am also on Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm Vicky Midwood on Facebook and Vicky Midwood on LinkedIn. I'm also on Facebook as the Addiction and Disordered Eating Eliminator. I would like to wish you all the rest of a lovely week. Have a great weekend, whatever you get up to. And as always, stay safe, be sensible, look after your health, and take care. Bye.
Press that button.